Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Astrology with Gretchen Hidell, full-time astrologer, life coach, Reiki master, and so much more. And I'm going to be going over this week in astrology. It's kind of a big week this week in astrology. Hopefully everybody can hear me. It looks like I'm broadcasting live. A couple people are joining here, so if you're joining and you can hear me, go ahead and post below. I'd love to hear your astrological sign and also where you are tuning in from. Yay, Rita in Colorado is joining and she said hi, so must mean that you guys can hear me. Corbin said he can hear me. How about on Instagram? Last week I had trouble on Instagram broadcasting for some reason, and let me know. I deleted the app. I put the app back on my phone, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So I'm going to be talking this week in astrology from August 2nd all the way until 8/8, which is also a big, huge deal in this sort of metaphysical, spiritual world, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. It's called the Lion's Gate, and we're going to be activating a lot of energy this week in the Lion's Gate. This year in particular, which is a very rare thing, the Lion's Gate is also going to be corresponding with the new moon in Leo. So this year, the Lion's Gate is going to be hugely active. So I think that's going to be really fun to talk about. And of course, we have some astrological shenanigans going on with the Sun and Mercury are both going to be squaring Uranus this week. So lots and lots to talk about. Hello, everybody. Corbin said he can hear me. Yay. Let's see here. Rosalie, hello from Vermont. Capricorn. Jacqueline, Aquarius, also Vermont. Almir, Taurus. Cancer Moon, also in Vermont. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Almir, you're such a, Taurus Sun and Cancer Moon is a very nice, solid person. That's a really nice combination. I have a friend of mine that is the opposite of that, Cancer Sun and Taurus Moon, and very nice person. A very solid and grounded, nice person. Let's see here. Christine, Libra, Leo, Aries, all in Vermont. Yay, welcome. You're welcome, Almir. And if you're just joining me, hi, on Instagram, we have a couple people. Kate Christensen, Scorpio from Chicago. Welcome. I guess you guys can hear me on Instagram because you're starting to post below, so that's awesome. Emma, happy heart anniversary, Emma. I got a Facebook reminder the other day that it was your heart anniversary, so shout out to you, Emma. Yay. Holly, Libra Sun, also from Vermont. So we have a lot of people on live now, and so I'm going to just jump into this week in astrology because I really have a lot to talk about with this Lion's Gate thing. So I'm going to talk to you more about that. But first, we're going to go over where is the moon this week. So we're going to be going through Gemini, Cancer, and then Leo, of course. So Gemini, Cancer, and Leos this week, shout out, hey, that's going to be the moon schedule for this week. So today at 4:46 a.m. Eastern time on Monday, on August 2nd, the moon moved into Gemini this morning. And so the moon's going to be in Gemini until Wednesday, about 5:17 p.m. Eastern time. Those are Eastern time. So obviously if you're on the West Coast or Pacific Mountain time, you want to subtract from that time. So the moon will shift into Cancer on Wednesday. And then let's see, on Saturday, then the moon will move late, I should say Friday night into Saturday, 3:31 a.m. Eastern time. Again, overnight, so almost midnight if you're on the West Coast. On Saturday the 7th, the moon moves into Leo, and then we're setting up for the new moon in Leo. So what does that mean for you in your astrological chart? Well, it's good to know how Gemini, Cancer, or Leo energy affects you on a personal level. That's pretty much, let's see, the sort of middle of spring, where spring's starting to transition and then into summer. So that's the time of year that's going to be highlighted during this week. So hello everybody that is joining here on Instagram. We have a lot of people. Last week my Instagram live didn't go, so it was it kind of was a bummer. So anyway, so those are the moon placements. Now, so what's basically happening is the Sun and Mercury are going to be highlighting the Saturn and Uranus square. So, wah, wah, you know, that Saturn-Uranus square is still activated. It's still plaguing us all throughout 2021. If you are new to my broadcast, I've talked a lot about this all throughout 2021. And shocker that we've seen so far, the last time they came in together into alignment was June 14th. Of 2021, but again, they're still activated. They're still very much hovering around each other, being the square being exact. And the square, if to remind you, is Saturn is Aquarius and then Uranus is in Taurus. So those are fixed signs. So what's happening is the Sun, also in a fixed sign, which is Leo, is forming another kind of, you know, problem with them, and they're all squaring each other. They're having all the fixed signs are not getting along well. Even Scorpio, who's left out of that whole scenario, that's the fourth fixed sign. They say that the way out of all of these sort of types of power struggles is to access the energy of what's missing. So usually it's called a fixed T-square, but that's basically what's happening. So today, I should say yesterday, on Sunday, Mercury opposed Saturn. Today, the Sun opposed Saturn. And then tomorrow, on Tuesday, Mercury's going to square Uranus. Mercury's in Leo. And then on Friday, the Sun is going to square Uranus. And so on the 6th, on August 6th. So we have Mercury and the Sun basically opposing Saturn and then squaring Uranus. Now, what does that mean on planet Earth here? It can be a time of contention for sure. Definitely can be a time, especially with this Uranus stuff. Saturn's kind of like the blockage, the obstacle, or something that's hard or feels like it's hard. Where the Uranus stuff is something that's shocking, sudden events, things that are like kind of wonky. I always say Uranus is kind of like the wild card in astrology, so it can be a surprise, hopefully a happy surprise, but it also can be kind of a negative or a hard surprise. You will definitely feel this if you're at ground zero, if you're one of the three signs that I just mentioned, plus honorable mention for Scorpio. So again, Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus, you will be right in the heart of that energy there, that power dynamic and the power struggle between them. But basically, those are the signs that are all activated. Now, I wrote a really lovely post today, in my opinion, lovely post, about how Aquarius, and even though Leo and Aquarius are opposites, how if they really combine their energy. So if you guys missed it, go ahead and check out. It was the last post that was on my Astro pages. But basically, it's all about how, you know, Aquarius wants to change the world and Leo wants to be in charge of the world. So if they all kind of came together in both of them, that would be very good. Now, I talked about this a while ago, how this summer, anytime we highlight the Saturn-Uranus square, has been very much correlating with the COVID thing. And I will say this, a lot of people have asked me, because they're house hunting right now. A lot of, you know, it's house hunting season, I guess, you know, in America and Canada and all that. A lot of people buy houses in the summer. And of course, the housing market's crazy right now, and different things are happening. But I will say the Saturn-Uranus square, historically, every time I've gone back in history, you know, over the last 100 years and looked at all the squares that had happened, basically, they correlated with economic downturn, ranging from mild recession to major, major, major depression times. So it's interesting because, oh, thank you, Jackie. She said, indeed, it was a wonderful post. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And the other Jackie in Vermont is a Virgo. She was just posting, so hi. Nora said on Instagram she's apartment hunting right now. So yeah, I mean that's like a thing going on. So I get a lot of people asking me like, is the housing market gonna burst and all this kind of stuff. Potentially yes, not right now, but potentially yes. The United States is going to be going through a big we have a big thing happening, which I've mentioned in previous broadcasts. I'm not going to go in depth to it tonight because I really want to talk about the Lionsgate portal, because that's actually a positive thing, and that would be fun to talk about a little bit more. But the United States in general is starting to go through its Pluto return, its first ever Pluto return in history. Which is going to mimic similar energy to the American Revolution. So that is like kind of in the works and operating behind the scenes, in addition to this Saturn-Uranus square thing. So this week, we can't get away from it. Mercury and the Sun are both going to highlight the Saturn-Uranus square, and specifically squaring the Uranus as part of that. So Leo, Sun, and Mercury is going to square Uranus in Taurus. So that's kind of like safety and security. Both, it's kind of interesting because Leo and Taurus both like the finer things in life. Leo and Taurus both like luxury and beauty and glitz and glamour. More Leo likes the glitz and the sparkle and the glamour, but Taurus can for sure like a bit of glamour as well. And it's kind of interesting because they kind of are squaring each other right now, which means that they're having like a little bit of problems. So sometimes this can be money problems, like let's say you have a champagne taste on a beer budget, I mean, there can be that. We'll just say that. So there's going to be potentially some financial stuff happening this week, and I just was talking about the housing market and also some of the different things that are going on with finances. So this might be a turbulent week with finances. I will just say that, and there might be a concern over assets, over money, over housing, over things, because if you think of Taurus in Uranus, Taurus is definitely monetary and security, things that we have that keep us safe and secure in America and in most of civilization. A lot of that comes down to money. People are always shocked when I teach my chakra classes that the first chakra, which is the root chakra, and that's definitely all about safety and security. People think, I don't know, safety and security, like, are they under attack or some kind of thing? And I'm like, safety and security is money. In this culture, it's hard to get food and water and a place to sleep and all those things without the money. So that's something that might come up for some of you in this broadcast, and know that safety sometimes is an illusion, so it can be a little tricky. And getting into fear energy when you're talking about law of attraction, when you're talking about manifesting, when you're talking about having a mindset, getting into fear-based mindset is one of the worst mindsets, because that kind of shuts down everything. It can shut down, progress in relationships. It can shut down progress with money. The cool thing is lickety split. You can change that mindset, and you can actually, how do I say this? Like, unplug yourself from having those kind of negative things, and then all of a sudden you'll get back into flow again and abundance again. And you can do that quickly. A lot of people feel like they have to, I gotta try, and I gotta take a workshop, and nope. You just switch it. You just switch it, and that's basically what the deal is. But it's easier said than done without practice. It's taken me a long time to practice this stuff, even myself, and I teach it in my classes. People are asking for chakra classes. Oh, that would be fun. I would love to do a chakra class, because I haven't done one in a while from COVID, but I just love the chakras and talking about them. So anyway, so that's going to be going on this week. On the height of it is Tuesday and Friday, but it's going to be active the whole week. Let's just face it. That's the big overriding kind of energy is this squaring of these two planets, and Uranus is going to be active all week. The peak is Tuesday and Friday, but we'll be feeling it all week. In between there, we do have tomorrow morning, or I should say tonight, overnight, 2:53 a.m. So overnight between Monday and Tuesday, is going to be also when Venus forms a trine with Uranus. Now, that can be a good thing, actually. Venus now is in Virgo. We talked about Venus and Virgo last week. All you Venus and Virgo people out there. Forming a trine. Trine means they're all in the same element and they're just so happy to be together. So Virgo and Taurus and the earth signs. That's a nice thing that's happening tonight overnight, is we're activating our Venus. Whenever Venus and Uranus come together, those two are, we call them strange bedfellows in a way, you know. I mean, Venus is love, and she can be also finances. And Uranus wants something different, a little kinky, a little unique, a little outside the box, a little different. Okay, so when you have those two come together, and again, that's going to be overnight is the peak, but that'll be active for like roughly 72 hours or so. You could find yourself having a crush on someone that's a little different from your usual type, which can be very much a good thing if you're attracted, you know, to the wrong type a lot. And if you're attracted to people, whatever, you know, and it's not working, this Uranus, whenever Uranus and Venus come together, that can be a good thing because it means that you can be attracted to someone that's different, which could actually help you. Often, Uranus can produce sometimes flings and can produce sometimes things that are not stable. That's the only kind of problem with this. If you're looking for like the love of your life and to get married and have that stability, Uranus is like the definition of unstable and not having it. But if you can just kind of be present in the moment and not be looking future, is this my future wife or my future husband and all that kind of stuff, Uranus things can be quite, I'll just say, fun. You know, they can be the fun tryst or the fun good time and all that. So that can be a good one. So that's this week. I mean, as far as the major transits of the week, so I want to talk about Sunday because Sunday is really the big day. So just remember that Saturn-Uranus square is activated and it's kind of grinding us to make us change. It's change, but it's like uncomfortable change. And that's all of 2021. I for sure have said this, like that I feel that the COVID thing has been kind of correlating the peaks and the valleys and all that with the Saturn-Uranus activated square. Those two have been, and we have one more coming at the end of this year. So I mean, like, you might have seen on my personal profile if you guys are friends with me. You know, I've had a few pictures, selfie pictures with people and stuff. I told I had a couple people kind of question me about that, and I just want to say for the record, I feel like we have this much time to scoot out, do a little socializing, and then go back in. That's kind of the way that I've been feeling. There's many things that I feel like are going to happen that are going to correlate into like a fourth sort of bubble, I guess, or whatever they call it, the fourth rise of of this peak stuff of the COVID. And so for me on a personal level, and I know a lot of people kind of follow what I'm doing and stuff, and so I feel like I had this much time to socialize, and then I had a feeling like if I waited to socialize, I would be kicking myself because it would be like, oh, I should have went out when I had like the little bubble was open. So I am fully vaccinated, and I do still continue. I've never stopped wearing a mask on certain, like being indoors or doing whatever. I still continue to do that. But yeah. So Kirsten said, what is the timing for the fourth rise? I believe pretty much starting like now going into the fall. And unfortunately, and I'm sorry to say this, I do feel like we're going to have a twindemic in the fall between that and the flu if we don't take precautions of masking and things like that. So the fall might be tricky. I'm just going to say that, it might be tricky. And then we get into the Pluto the Pluto return, the United States Pluto return, that's not a worldwide thing. That's just the United States, but that's going to be tricky too because the U.S. really influences the world. So, I mean, that's going to be kind of, ugh. So everybody continue to stay safe and mask and all that, but we may have some weird news this week. During the week, because of the Saturn-Uranus square being activated. I know everybody's like, no, I know, but that's the deal. So yeah. So on a side note, and some people want to hear about this. I'm just going to say this one quick, and then I want to get into the Lion's Gate. So basically, when it comes to the vaccine, I do feel like one of my predictions has been that they're going to crack the COVID code. Because of all of the different variations and the different things, I do feel like science is going to figure this out. So that's good news. Unfortunately, they said that COVID might mutate enough that it actually can figure out or beat the vaccine, which that sucks. But I actually feel like science is in the process of figuring that out. Not there yet, but in the process. But the other thing I got a really big hit on, and I actually promised I would talk about this publicly because I've told people in readings. I don't know why I got a huge, overwhelming feeling and hit that there's going to be a good vaccine for Lyme disease coming out soon. Obviously, we have a lot of other problems right now, but Lyme disease is a huge issue. But I just feel very strongly now. They did have a Lyme disease vaccine many, many years ago, but it got pulled off the market. I actually feel like they're going to get another one. So I don't know. I just got to hit a really big download that's going to be possibly within the next maybe 2 years or so. So I think that's something to look forward to, I guess, if you choose to vaccinate yourself. I'm very vaccine conservative myself. So but that's exciting because Lyme can be very debilitating. I know a lot of people that have Lyme disease, and it can be very debilitating. So let's get into the Lion's Portal. Why is this so interesting? Why am I like so excited? Okay, so here's the skinny on the Lion's Portal. So Lion's Portal happens every year on 8/8. Okay, so just so that you know, if in case this is new, I don't know if anybody out there, if this concept of the Lion's Portal, if you want to comment below, if you've heard of it or not heard of it or whatever. Some people know about it, some people don't. But the Lion's Portal is a thing that's been actually around for a long time. So just so that you know, the Lion's Portal is kind of a sort of conglomeration or a cluster of like 3 different things. Okay, Kristen said, yes, she has heard of the Lion's Portal. Yeah, so it's like 3 different things that kind of come together that create this as a special sort of day. Kirsten said, new to me. Jocelyn said, never heard of it. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get a feel for how much you guys know about the Lion's Portal and that. So what the deal is the lion, Leo, okay, Leo the lion. It always happens in Leo season. 8/8 is always in Leo season because that's in, Lauren said, not new to me, heard of the Lion's Gate. Yeah, I figured you would, Lauren. So anyway, so the Lion's Gate always happens in Leo season, 8/8, August 8th. Okay, so there's that. Then there is obviously the numerology, 8/8. So there's that. And then third, which is the biggest kind of most sort of prevalent component of this, is it's the rising of Sirius, which is a fixed star. Okay, and it's the second brightest fixed star in our whole solar system other than the sun. So some astrologers study fixed stars and they use fixed stars in their, readings and their horoscope. I personally do not use fixed stars. However, I do know about Sirius because it's one of the biggest, fixed stars out there. It's like the biggest, and it's definitely the brightest. It's a blue star, so it's one of the brightest stars other than the sun. The sun is a star, so it's the second brightest. So what happens is, in the morning in Eastern side becomes the rising of Sirius as a morning star. So all of a sudden we start to see that in the sky. So the Lion's Gate has been sort of celebrated by Mayan culture, by Sumerians, by Babylonians, by ancient Egypt. I mean, so this has been around for a really long time. And the rising of Sirius was always associated with the flooding of the Nile, which was in ancient Egypt. So it represented like harvest and abundance, because when the Nile River filled with water, all of a sudden boats could go, and trades could happen, and food became abundant. And so it was a celebrated time in Egypt whenever Sirius on 8/8 would rise up on the horizon, and then all of a sudden there would be this abundance in the culture. So that was really cool. So what happens is, in fact, in Egypt, the pyramids of Giza actually were built in alignment. When Sirius actually comes up, it aligns with the constellation Orion. So there's like this alignment with Orion, with Sirius, and then the pyramids get activated, and it's pretty cool. It's like this whole thing is pretty cool. So basically that's what the deal is. So it kind of opens this gate and opens this portal, and it's something that kind of opens up this like sort of energy. So there's all of that is going on, and that's kind of like the history in the background. Now Sirius, ironically, I kind of think this is kind of interesting because Leo is the lion, Lion's Gate, right? But the nickname of Sirius is the dog star. And in fact, Sirius is kind of, and by the way, for everybody, in everybody's astrological, remember it's called a fixed star. In everybody's astrological chart, Sirius is at 14 degrees Cancer. So it's fixed. It always stays at 14 degrees Cancer. So if you look at your own astrological chart and you know where Cancer is in your chart, or 14 degrees Cancer, 14 degrees is like right in the middle of Cancer. That's basically where the fixed star Sirius lives full-time in your chart. So it really depends on where the chart where Sirius is. Now Sirius is associated with fame and wealth and fortune and like I said, abundance and the good, all the good fun stuff. Let's see. Oh, somebody said Lionsgate also takes place on Sunday, which is also ruled by the sun. Talk about fireworks on a cosmic level. Yes, Amir, exactly. So anyway, this whole fixed star thing is really kind of interesting. So Sirius is the dog star. Now, dogs are loyal, and dogs are fierce, and dogs are passionate, and dogs are all those wonderful things. Here's the thing. If Sirius is, it is said in astrology, if Sirius is afflicted in your chart, meaning you have a naughty Sirius interaction with some of your other planets, that's what it means by afflicted. You could be subject to a dog bite, or worse, a mauling or something like. So Sirius has an interesting correlation with dogs in a chart. Unlike the Lion's Gate, which is all about cats and lions and the portal and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's kind of interesting that that's the nickname of Sirius. So on a personal level, and I've never really told, and that wasn't a secret, but I just never shared this story with anybody. I dated a man who, and it's spelled Sirius like Sirius Radio, just to let you know, Sirius. So anyway, I dated somebody. We had not a long relationship, but we were like kind of seriously seeing each other, and seriously seeing each other. Get it? Dun-dun-dun. Anyway, I did the composite of he and I's chart, of course, because anybody I date, I want to look at the chart. And we did a composite, and it made our composite rising sign 14 degrees Cancer, which meant it was directly plugged into Sirius. And here's the funny thing. I didn't even know any of that when I started to date him. I just, so our first date, he asked me out to go walk our dogs together. And he had two rescue dogs. At the time, I had two rescue dogs. And our whole like little dating relationship thing that we had was all about our dogs. Like, we'd always go for walks with our dogs. We would talk about our dogs. We would exchange pictures of our dogs. We would exchange videos of our dogs. Like, our whole like relationship was about our dogs, which is kind of funny. And our rising sign jointly, when I put our joint astrological charts together, our rising sign was right on Sirius. So there is a big dog component to to the fixed star Sirius. So, but it is said in your personal astrological chart to show where you could be successful and have riches and fame and all that kind of stuff if it's not afflicted, if it's positively aspected. I mean, if it's positively aspected, it can be quite beneficial, and you could be famous. Marriott Hoffler on Instagram said, my daughter was born 8/8/96. Oh no, and was recently attacked by a dog. Oh my gosh. Well, now you know why. It would be interesting to see her chart, to see like in what way Sirius in her chart might be afflicted. Now, I must have a great Sirius, because I have tons of good dog stories and positive things in my life with dogs. And also, I worked in veterinary medicine for 14 years, and I was never bit by a dog. Never. I was bit by a cat, but not a dog. So I don't know. So it's kind of interesting to see about Sirius. But anyway, getting back to that, it creates this portal. So if you think of the number 8 in numerology is also considered to have a correlation with money. So the number 8, so I don't know if any of you know your life path number or any of the numerology stuff, but the number 8 is associated definitely with money. So when we look at the lion's portal, looking at the lion and the lion's portal, 8 in Chaldean numerology is associated with Saturn, but Saturn can actually be quite fortunate when we look at Saturn's like kind of little thing that Saturn always wants us to be the best we can be, so when we look at the number 8 in Chaldean numerology, that is Saturn. But Saturn's not always a bad thing. Saturn puts us through some trials and tribulations, but it's like always something you have to work hard for. But it's like Saturn is going to help you to attain long-term life goals. So, and if you think of 8 on the side, that's the infinity symbol, right? So having this 8/8 portal activates the numerology. It activates Leo the lion. The sun is in Leo always during the 8/8 time. And then also we got the Sirius component there, where again, when Sirius rises on the horizon and lines up with Orion, that's when we get into some activation of a lot of energy. So in fact, Sirius is called the spiritual sun, because it's associated with all of this stuff. It's kind of an interesting thing. So anyway, it has a lot of history and background and whatever. Obviously, we've all been living through 8/8 portals our entire lifetime. So it is a special number and in a special time. What's even more special about this particular one is, on top of all that, we're going to have the new moon in Leo. So I think that's pretty cool too. So that's going to be activated at 16 degrees Leo, and it's going to be at 9:50 a.m. Eastern time, so 6:50 a.m. if Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast. If you're out on the West Coast, Almir said you're a life number 8. Kathleen said her life number is 8. I happen to know Rita, my mom's life number, is also 8. And it's funny because, she's a bookkeeper for a living, so she works with money. So 8 is the money number. It's supposed to be money and material wealth and, security and all that kind of stuff. So we were talking a lot about security and a lot about all that. Now, when we talk about the 8-8 portal and we're talking about Leo, we're definitely talking about all of this beautiful sunny, okay, we got some sunny citrine here and some amber, and we want to activate the sunlight because that's basically the Leo is ruled by the sun. Oh, Lauren, you're a life path number 8 also. Yeah, so you guys will be activated. You'll get the 8 number activated. So there's that. So it's going to be all this really good sunlight, sunny type of stuff. So obviously if you want to, do manifesting, a lot of people are talking about this is like a huge portal to do manifesting. I would definitely say this is probably the second most powerful new moon of the entire 2021. The most powerful is always like the new moon in Aries, but this particular new moon is going to be on the 8-8 portal, so it's going to be even more activated. So I'm going to tell you guys this is like the one you really want to mark on your calendar, and you really want to activate the 8-8 energy. People are even saying like, write your new moon manifestation list at 8:08 a.m. or 8:08 p.m., like to really activate that 8 number and kind of sort of plug into that number 8. Ooh, Rosalie, you purchased a big piece of citrine. I love it. Lauren said, yes, manifesting. You're thinking of doing that too. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, so if you guys want to manifest, the best way to do it, I feel, go ahead and write out your new moon manifestation list. It's easy. I know I talk about it all the time. It's such an easy thing to do. Just write down what you want. Leave the how off the list. Just write down what you want. You can do bullet points. I always say, thank you for sending me whatever it is, money or love or good health or good fortune or whatever thing it is you want. I always start by saying thank you for, as if it's already happening, as if the angels, your spirit guides, and all of the wonderful people spirit in the spirit realm are conspiring to help you. So that's basically what the deal is. So, and then you're going to fold it up, sleep with it under your pillow. 2 weeks later, burn or destroy the list in some way. So I hope that helps. If anybody has any questions about what to do during the new moon, or if you've been practicing these, a lot of people have been watching the videos for a long time. If you've been practicing these new moon energies and the new moon manifestations and all of the new moon stuff, go ahead and post below if you've gotten some of your new moon, if you've been able to manifest and really work with this energy. Look, there's a lot of times I talk about there's trouble here, there's trouble there, this is going to be difficult, this is going to be that. This is the time. Like, it's interesting because sometimes when I say to people, this is going to be difficult, blah, 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 people go, oh yeah, oh yeah. But when I say this is going to be great, this is positive, this is something good, this is like, they go, well, we'll see. There's times to go and put your foot on the gas pedal, and there's times to put the foot on the brake pedal. This is a foot on the gas pedal moment, okay? So there's basically, that's what the deal is with this new moon portal, Lionsgate portal, lining up all at one time. We got Sirius, we got Leo, new moon, we got all the different things. And the new moon is always when the sun and the moon are in the same astrological sign lining up. So Leo's gonna be 16 degrees. Sirius is always 14 degrees Cancer. And so we have this great time to manifest and to open this portal. So I really, really, really feel this is probably one of the most powerful new moons that's going to be in all of 2021. So this is the time to do it. And go ahead and just, this is the time. What do you want? And also, too, when these portal things happen, even though this week in general is going to be kind of trying, a little difficult because of that activation of the Saturn-Uranus square, remember, the Saturn-Uranus square is there to change us on a large collective level. And individually, too, if you have Aquarius and Leo activated in your chart, you might actually, have change going on a personal level too. And a lot of us do. I mean, it's global and personal. Like, let's say globally, COVID came. Personally, lost your job, or change now needs to change a job. So that's, see how it works. It's like as above, so below. Kristen said, when did you say to burn the new moon manifestation list? I hadn't yet said it, but I'm going to say it now since you activated the question. So you burn or destroy the list on the next full moon. So here's what's extra duper, super duper, duper, duper special about August. This new moon is all this cool Lionsgate portal, blah, blah, blah. The next full moon is a blue moon. So it's going to be on August 22nd. So it's 22nd. So that's a master number. 22 is a master number. And also it's going to be a blue moon. So what's special about August 22nd, full moon, and that's going to be at 8:02 a.m. Eastern time, is that this particular one is going to be the second full moon in a row in Aquarius. So the first one was 1 degree Aquarius, and now this next one is 29 degrees Aquarius. It doesn't go 30, it just goes to 0. So it's it was like the first and the last degree of Aquarius. And so we're going to have, and it's the third full moon in this season, which again is unusual. So there's 2 definitions of blue moons. The first definition of a blue moon is if there's 2 full moons in 1 month. Okay, and that's the second one is a blue moon, like once in a blue moon. The second definition, which is a little bit more obscure, is when there's 3 full moons in 1 season. So we did it. We have 3 full moons in 1 season. So and it's going to be the second moon in a row that's a full moon that's going to be in Aquarius. So Aquarius, you are getting a double, double, double. I'm going to be talking in the month of August, and in Leo season, I'm going to be talking a lot about Leo, Aquarius, Leo, Aquarius, Leo, Aquarius. It's kind of like last year when I was telling you guys Cancer and Capricorn, Cancer and Capricorn. Every single broadcast I was talking about Cancer and Capricorn. Cancer and Capricorn finally got out of my hot seat. Now Leo and Aquarius are in my hot seat. So that's something that's kind of exciting and interesting and fun. So I hope you guys are able to go ahead. Jackie said, yes, I've been able to manifest things. That's really cool, Jackie. Hector said, first time, much love. Andrea said, what time is the height of it? So just to, oh, thank you, Rosalie. She said, I love your energy tonight. You look extra beautiful. Oh, thank you. So the height of it, the peak of it, new moon, Lion's portal, Lion's Gate portal is going to be, the height of it is 9:50 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday, the 8th, 8/8. Okay, so that's basically what the deal is. Hector, oh, Leo rising Aquarius descendant. Me too. I'm Leo rising as well. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be in my first house. So that'll be fun, Hector. 16 degrees Leo for everybody out there. So just to remind you, you want to try to do it as close to 9:50 a.m. as possible. Now, I always get people that go, Gretchen, I forgot, or Gretchen, I don't have time in the morning. I have to write it at night. Try your best. That's all I can say. I'm not the gatekeeper of your timing. You do you, boo. Try your best. I always say try to be around 12 hours, okay? Give or take. Around that full moon is the closer, the more powerful on the new moon. So, because remember, the new moon is dark. And as we build in light towards the full moon, we're manifesting, 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 manifesting. So that's the time to attract, to pull in, to do all of those things. That's the time to bring it on home, okay? All right, so if anybody has any questions about that, or if they want to know, and I just also, if you guys want to type out your questions, I also wanted to talk really quickly because we can't talk about, excuse me, I have terrible allergies. We can't talk about Leo without Leo's ruling archangel, which basically is Raziel. Okay, so Raziel Archangel Raziel. You know, I always tell you guys the archangels are kind of, they don't have gender per se. A lot of people refer to Raziel as a male, but for just so that you know, they don't really have genders. So Raziel, I'll call him he, even though it's not really an official thing, but just a lot of people feel that Raziel is male. Basically, it's one of those things that Raziel is associated with rainbows. Okay, so if you think about rainbows, you can't have a rainbow without sunlight, right? And so, and if you think of Leo and Leo season, Leo is ruled by the sun. So all the fun Leo things, you know, the sparkle, starting your own business, believing in yourself. I mean, if you think of the sun, yeah, that's self-confidence. You need to have some self-confidence. You need to have all that stuff. That is Raziel, and I'm not finding Raziel's card for some reason, but usually, oh, here we go. Take your power back. There you go. That's Raziel. Okay. And so again, and there is a rainbow in this card. It might be a little hard to see, but there is a rainbow. So if you are a person that aligns with rainbows, that sees rainbows a lot, that rainbow is your jam, I love rainbows. I always see rainbows constantly. I photograph by far out of like any kind of subject that I photograph. It's usually rainbows. So Raziel is that. Raziel is also known as the keeper of secrets. The angel of mystery, of God's mystery, is basically what Raziel is the ruler of. And it is associated with the astrological sign of Leo. So when you're thinking about this particular new moon, that's another thing to kind of meditate upon. Raziel is said to bring knowledge to all beings, and guides each person's soul towards their destiny. Hello, huge stuff, destiny. So that's basically Archangel Raziel's. And if you think of God's mystery or the universe's secrets, it's kind of like faith, you know? I mean, if you think about the secret of like, we don't even really know what creates life, you know? I mean, that's like Archangel Raziel's sort of job, you know? I mean, it's like when things are kind of not clearly defined, and that the universe has its ways, it has its secrets. We only know probably this much of the makings of how everything kind of works in that way. That's Archangel Raziel's kind of job and realm. So let's say you're having, how do you use this, right? Because that's kind of, he's the angel of mystery, right? So how do you use that in regular life? Well, let's say you have a problem, a life's problem that you don't know how to solve. That's a mystery. Ask Archangel Raziel to help you. You know, because you don't know how to figure it out, or you don't know the answer to this problem, or you don't even know where to begin. God, where do I start? You know, that's Archangel Raziel's area of life that he's really good at helping with. If something is escaping you and it's mysterious to you, and it's, you know, you're in a quandary, you're in a puzzle, you're not sure how to fix things or what to do, that is what Archangel Raziel specializes in. If you don't know how to connect with your spirit guides, your guardian angels, you know, whatever, you can ask Archangel Raziel to help you. So that's basically how you would want to work with Raziel's energy. And again, with this Lion's Portal, Lion's Gate, new moon in Leo, it's Leo season. I'm going to talk, you know, the sun's in Leo, Mercury's in Leo right now. And so, you know, if you need to kind of figure that sort of stuff out, Archangel Raziel is your person. Also, Archangel Raziel is very, very, very helpful in solving or helping with patterns of life. So let's say you basically are having a problem breaking a pattern in your life that's not very helpful, or if it's unhealthy, the pattern's unhealthy, or it's a lineage kind of problem, meaning like my grandmom did this, my mom did this, now I'm doing it, like, and my daughter's showing signs of doing the same problem. You know, it's life's patterns. So Archangel Raziel is said to help to heal those patterns and to make those patterns more healthy. And so that's a good thing there. So I just wanted to kind of tell you all that. The card for Archangel Raziel is take your power back. Believe in yourself. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. This is what we're talking about this whole broadcast. So keep it positive, keep it positive. Okay. Believe in yourself, believe in the power of the universe, believe in the power of your angels. You will be okay. For real. It's easier said than done. People on Instagram are quiet tonight. Oh, Catalina said, I'm so grateful for you. Thanks to Daniel. And you have shared the wealth with many referrals. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Okay, I know a couple people posted things. Oh boy. I went on a tangent there and then I kind of lost my place. Oh no. Somebody said something about being injured, but I am not sure. Oh no. Okay, here we go. I'm finding out. I'm going back a little further. Kate said, I'm watching my mom for the first time. She had a fall and hurt herself. Is there a message you feel she needs to hear from anybody? By the way, unfortunately, Saturn is falls and Uranus is accidents. We got both of those planets activated, so please, everybody, be careful. An accident is an accident, it's hard to... Wasn't your fault there, dear. Wasn't your fault, Kate. Wasn't your fault. I really feel like her foot got caught, like she tripped or something on a bedpost or a coffee table or some kind of feeling, because I feel like my foot went like crooked, and then it was like down I went. There was like a feeling of I don't know, maybe got caught on something. Yikes. Kate, are you still on? I'm not sure if you are on. We got cards falling down here. Yikes. I'm hoping maybe that she went to the ER because I feel like she has a hairline fracture somewhere. I don't feel like it's like a huge broken bone or any kind of like a compound fracture or some kind of thing, but I do feel like there is a fracture of a bone, and it might not even show itself right away, and then all of a sudden like bruising comes to the surface, and then it's like, ooh, this looks a little uglier than we thought. And that's kind of what I'm feeling with her. She's just sore all over. There's a lot of like kind of aches and pains. So look for bruising, because that's what I kind of feel like is going to happen if you haven't taken her already. I do feel though that she'll be okay. Like ultimately the Wheel of Fortune card came out, so I do feel like she'll be okay, but I just feel like I want you to know it's not, it was like kind of one of those like things that, I did that the other day, like I didn't fall, but I kind of like tumbled or stumbled, I should say, because I like tripped over something. It was like my foot got caught on something, and that's kind of what I'm feeling like with her, Kate. So I hope that helps. I don't really feel like there's any big kind of message there. I do feel like there's like a lot of anxiety around her, and I guess you're worried and all that, but I'm not getting like that it's... I feel like it could have been way worse, gifts from God. Just the fact that you got gifts from God and this, it feels like it could have been way worse. Wheel of Fortune means somebody or something was watching over her, and her guides, her spirit guides, her angels were watching over her, and it could have been way worse. It was kind of like, oh, Kate said, yes, her foot got caught on a bike and fell into a car. That's what it feels like. It feels like her foot got caught. Like it just was like it feels like it could have been way worse, but I feel like her angels protected her. So yeah, so I hope that helps. I hope that helps everybody. So we will say lots of prayers. I know a lot of Reiki people are on tonight. So Kate's mom, Kate, if you feel comfortable posting about her first name, we can all send her prayers and love. You don't have to do that, but if you feel guided to, we can certainly send you prayers and lots of love. Let's see. Jackie, what do you need to know about a date? The date last Friday night, Jackie. Woohoo! Ooh la la. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Jane Moon, I love you. Sent me a wonderful text. Yep. Kate said shoulder, right side rotator cuff. Yep. Might be a little hairline, like a tear, but like whatever it is, it doesn't feel like it was like, you know, bone sticking out. It felt like it was more of like a kind of thing. Not fun. That's not fun, but it's not, it could have been worse. Jackie, let's talk about your date. Let's talk about Jackie's date. All right. What does Jackie need to know? First of all, you need to have fun. Just have fun, just have fun, just have fun, just have fun, just have fun. Feels good. It feels, okay, so Jackie, here's the deal. I want you to be patient, okay? Because it feels like this person, whoever it was you had the date with, and Jackie, if you're still on, kind of say hi. But here's the thing. I really feel like this date with this person is good, but the person might, I don't know, go away, be out of town, be busy, busy with kids. I don't know. There's some kind of thing of like the energy gets diverted, but then comes back. Okay. So just to let you know, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, what happened? They dropped off the face of the earth and I don't hear from them. That's kind of what it feels like. It feels like they go away, but then they come back. I tell everybody to continue. I'm not getting love cards because it was just one date, but I tell people to continue with dates, 3 to 5 dates until there's a clear no. A clear no is your personal deal breaker. It should be a small list. Okay. Deal breakers, true deal breakers should be a small list, and it should be something that's, you know, significant. Not like choose with their mouth open. Okay, that's not like a hugely significant thing, though it could drive you crazy. But the deal breakers are like, you know, lying, cheating, like all that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously. So for you, I would just say keep going until there's a clear no. I like this person. I'm not getting any love cards here, but I like this person, and I feel like it is definitely good practice. So I would say yes. Keep going. Yeah. Does this person have a mustache by any chance, or like a facial goatee or some kind of thing? Feels like a facial hair feeling. But anyway, that's the advice. I'm a little iffy about it too, but this is all practice, and you will not know the right person for you. You want to keep going out with, like, how do I say this? Typically, it takes to build normal, healthy. Well, I'm seeing a facial hair person, so if you have, so this might not be the right guy for you, but go out. I want you to go out and practice, because a lot of us ladies shoot down people too soon, and we don't give them enough chance. So the right situation is going to be a low, slow simmer, and not a complete forest fire burning, like, you know, craziness. In fact, if there is that, I don't want you to keep going with that person. Sorry. I know we always say about chemistry, but chemistry is very overrated. So, oh no, people are saying that there's other people. Oh my gosh. Saying prayers to Terry. Yes. Okay. Her name's Terry. Awesome. Wendy said, is your mother's getting carpal tunnel surgery? Yes. Kristen said, great analogy. Yes. So Jackie, I hope that helps. Oh, Hans, how are you? You said you are so right. Yeah. I always say you're in trouble if you're sort of dry humping by the end of the first date. That's not usually a good sign. They're so overrated, those dates. You know, we feel them. We feel them, but I feel like we really need to stick Jackie to 3. I don't think he's going to be the one for you, but I want you to go 3 to 5 dates, or until there's a clear no. And if by the 5th date you're like, I'm still not sure, just keep going until you have a clear no. And do not get into a committed relationship yet, okay, until you are going out with somebody for a good long while. I mean, you want to continue to circular date, they call it. It's called circular dating. But if you think of our grandmothers, you know, back in the day, they had dance cards, you know. I mean, everybody, that's what dating is. It's just, you know, trying people, you know, see what they're like, and you know, getting looking at their energy. I feel like that's the thing. But I see somebody very definitely with a facial, he feels like he either has just a mustache or a goatee. I'm not getting like a full like beard thing. It just feels like it's on around the face. So Jackie, I hope that helps. So, but yeah, these folks that have all the chemistry and it's very high, usually they're quick. They burn out very quickly, and it's not the right thing. So it'll usually start slow, and then it'll simmer and simmer and simmer and simmer and it gets increasing over time. Chemistry gets increasing over time with people. And if he gets too pushy, let's say you're dating somebody, male or female, gets too pushy, you know, and starts to really, you know, and you're not ready yet, that's a clear no. That's a clear no. If someone's getting too pushy, too sexual, too, you know, aggressive, like, I mean, that's a clear no. So then you know. And that's like, you know, you can say, I'd like to slow down if it feels uncomfortable. And if the person still does not respect that boundary, that's a clear no, and then you don't continue with that. And so that's, the right person will wait, and the right person will be patient, and the right person will be like on board. You know, they want you. So none of this, like, you don't have to pretzel and contort yourself to be the right person for the right, you know, person. Let's see. Kristen said, that's the analogy for my 20-something-year-old daughters. Try on all the shoes, laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, men and women, we want to try on different partners and see how they fit. And we, you know, because if you're really, you know, dating and trying to find the good partner and a good match, you know, you want to try a variety and see what the deal is. And one should never have to pretzel. Pretzel meaning bending and contorting and to try to please somebody. That's a red flag. You know, you can't really say the wrong thing to the right person. That's basically what the deal is. But you do want to feel comfortable and all that. So just, I would keep going. And if you feel uncomfortable, you're not sure. I wasn't getting any danger runaway cards. I was just getting, I don't know if that's the right fit for you. But I also really feel strongly that you need practice. So I would keep going until it's a clear no. But I wouldn't just narrow it down to one person. I would be still continuing to see other people and, you know, getting to know them and all that stuff. Wendy, all right, your mom about her carpal tunnel situation. You know, Wendy, my thing is with carpal tunnel and all of these types of surgeries and stuff is that really, really, really they need, I do feel that she has carpal tunnel, but a lot of people put so much emphasis on the surgery part of it, and not on the physical therapy part of it and the increasing the just to let you guys know, in the hand and the arms and the wrist and all that, that is Gemini. So that's the area of body ruled by Gemini. So if she has any Gemini in her chart, like that might be a little afflicted, usually then you'll have a hand problem. And so that's basically, or planets in the 3rd house. because that's the house of Gemini. So if she has any of those two things, that can result in hand problems, bad like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, carpal tunnel, any kind of thing. I have Pluto and Uranus in my third house. Yikes. Okay, and I had a very serious hand surgery when I was a kid. So I don't know if you guys can see the scar there. So Pluto and Uranus, some weird, stupid shit, basically with my hand, where I had a huge tumor in my hand and nobody knew what the deal was with it. But anyway, so Wendy, I feel like a lot of people, yes, Jackie, thank you. That's a good thing too. Jackie said acupuncture can be super helpful for carpal tunnel. So yeah, acupuncture, physical therapy. I feel like we don't put enough placement on rebuilding things, and we just go to surgery, and I feel like that's not totally the right thing there. So yeah. Stephanie said, what sign is for jaw TMJ pain? That can be definitely Taurus. Taurus and Aries. Aries is the head in general, and Taurus is like the low jaw area down the neck. So Aries and Taurus are definitely that. Oh, you guys are talking about, you saw an orb. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, it's getting late, and I want to make sure that I pull a card for our Lionsgate new moon portal. I love that. So thank you everybody for all of your comments and stuff. And I'm going to pull one card, the collective advice. What do we all need to know in order for our highest and truest and best self, our best good, all of those things. Sherry Fab said I had TMJ pain for 2 months. Yeah, a lot of people right now, I've heard of a lot of people having that, because I feel like we're just in this contentious energy. Uranus is in Taurus right now, so Uranus is acting up. I was talking about the Saturn-Uranus square, and Uranus is in Taurus, which is this, kind of grinding and crunching and, all up in the ear and stuff. And again, acupressure is very good. Different trigger points on the face. You can definitely YouTube those where there's I found huge relief with that, with certain massage points. So you guys might want to check that out. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about Archangel Raziel? Okay, this Lionsgate portal, all the Leo energy, the solar plexus, the heart chakra energies opening up. What do we need to know? Sirius, okay, lining up with Orion, all that wonderful fun thing. What do we need to know in order to manifest our dreams, our hopes, desires? What is it collectively us humans here in the 3D need to know about how to be able to get to what we want, to work towards what we desire? Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, does it? Funny enough, this is the card of Archangel Uriel, but if you look in the card, there's a gigantic rainbow, which is Raziel. Okay, claircognizance. What do you need to know? Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answers to your prayers. So again, we are getting all collective, a massive download, okay, for this Lionsgate new moon portal. Okay, so pay attention to thoughts, dreams, just little ideas about things, okay, because this is a time where you could actually get that. You could manifest that, and that is getting downloaded to you. I talk about downloads, but downloads, all it is like a thought, like when you daydream and all of a sudden you're like, maybe one day I'll do whatever, buy a lottery ticket, start a YouTube channel, start my own craft business, any kind of thing, right? Where you're downloaded, okay? I should start a date on a dating app, or I should, and you just get this little hit. Claircognizance is literally, it's one of the clairs, and it's how you receive information. It's just knowing. It's just like, I don't know why, but I just know I should do this. that is a download, okay, from spirit guides, from guardian angels, and from deceased loved ones. So that is the card for the week. Pay attention to your downloads. Claircognizance means we're all getting downloaded. This card makes total sense with the week that we're about to have, and this, Lion's Gate portal energy. Just be patient, because the week in general might be a little difficult. It's that we get into Sunday's energy, and then the portal really opens up, and this weekend, and then we are supposed to do something with that energy and just kind of utilize it and take advantage of it. So go ahead and do all your wonderful favorite manifestation things, like writing out your new moon manifestation list. And again, you want to put it under your pillow and sleep with it for 2 weeks, and pay attention to those downloads, and really pay attention if you see a rainbow in some way, shape, or form. That can also be a sign that Archangel Raziel is with you. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining. This was a wonderful, fun Sunday night video. And if you guys want to have a personalized astrological session, please feel free to send me a text message or a DM. Text message, though, gets always a quicker response. Or you could send a DM. And as always, I love doing personalized astrological sessions. So thank you so much for taking the time. And you guys are awesome. So like and share these videos, and go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great week, and I will see you all on the other side of the Lion's Gate. Nighty night.